Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Adobe Fonts Show, episode 32.
Hello.
Hello. Summertime
Summertime.
indeed. Well, summertime, it's always summertime somewhere. And right now it happens to be where I am. So, summertime it is. And I think where you are, Aria, though, I think summertime in the Bay Area is not always so
Not
summery.
quite. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not always,
Yeah.
but we have to enjoy it when we get it.
Yes, you have to take what you can get.
Yes. So
Indeed.
it's not very sunny right now, but usually towards the middle of the day, the sun will come
The
out,
fog will
which is
clear
nice.
and the sun will come out. The birds will chirp.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, should we get this started? I
Indeed.
wanted to say hi to everybody in the chat who's already here.
Welcome.
So we have already Sean and Cody and Rick
And Barbara.
and Barbara. And I hope you're all excited about episode 32 of the Adobe Fonts Show. And I'm Ari. For those of you that have not watched the show before, I manage our library here at Adobe Fonts. So my team works with all the Foundry partners that design the fonts that are included in your Creative Cloud subscription. And we currently have over 150 partners, and we consistently add fonts to expand our library.
And I'm Ben, if you're new, and I'm a content producer at Adobe Fonts. I started out in support for many years, answering all kinds of font-related questions, and now I help produce the Adobe Fonts Show, among other videos and educational materials for Adobe Fonts. My aim is to help you get the most out of fonts when you're using Creative Cloud. So that's what we're here for. And then if you're new to Adobe Fonts, it's pretty awesome. You get 20,000 fonts you can use with your Creative Cloud subscription, and that's both for personal and commercial use. So that's basically a font for every job you could ever need the font for, and then some, for sure. And so we also try to make it easy for you to find the fonts that you're looking for. And if you've never used Adobe Fonts before, I would check out fonts.adobe.com. The recommendations section there is the way to go. It should have some really fun stuff to get you started and get working with.
Yeah, and here on the Adobe Fonts Show, we talk all things fonts. We do tutorials, we do explorations, we do projects using fonts. And if you like the show, subscribe to Creative Cloud on YouTube and follow us on Behance. We have an Adobe Fonts account on Behance. Then you'll be updated on all future episodes.
Indeed. And you can go through the back catalog.
Yes, you can replay anything you want. So I think we have a poll to get everybody started.
Indeed. It's one we've done before, but it seemed appropriate. So here we go. If you would, try to give us your current weather forecast with emoji. And I have some examples in here, lightning thunderstorm with a little sweat because it's kind of scary. And then we have really hot temperature and definitely, feeling a little bit exhausted from it. And then I did singing in the rain, which isn't really a weather forecast, but I put it in there anyways because I couldn't help myself. So
it could be raining.
Yeah. And, karaoke in the rain, singing in the rain. So I thought it was.
I'm trying to find the emoji where the person is peeking like this.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't find it. But that would be, I'll just use the cloud and the sun peeking. But that would be like the sun peeking through the clouds.
I like that. I think cloud, sun peeking, and then the eye would be great.
I know. I wish I could find it on this interface. But you all know what I'm talking about. Maybe I can use the monkey hiding as the sun.
The see no evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had someone ask.
Rick put chili peppers. Does that mean it's really hot where you are, Rick?
Like chill, like habanero hot. I think that's what it means. Oh yeah, Barbara's got the humidity as well. We have that here too. Luckily, it's I think 81, but just 2 days ago it was in the 90s and humid, which was rough.
Oh.
Rough. And Swanee asked how to create your own font, and Swanee, that isn't the topic of today's live stream, and that is a very big, big, big subject. Um, but we have had a previous episode about how to getting started making your own font with Delve Worthington from Delve Fonts. So I would go check that out on our Behance page. You can find a link to that live stream, and he talks about starting from sketches and then going into actually turning it into a font. It's only an introduction, but that's a good place to start. And we have other type designers who have been in our stream as well, so you might find some cool insights there.
Yes, and Swami, I would also ask yourself why you want to create your own font. Is it because you haven't found something specific and you want to create it because you don't think it's out there? Or is it you want to have the experience and learn how to do it? Because if it's the first thing that you haven't found something you want, chances are it's out there. And maybe we can help you find it.
That's true. Maybe you can find it with our 20,000 plus fonts. Someone said, is it just 20,000? It's actually more than that now, but
Yeah.
Close enough.
We'll announce the final number soon.
Yes, the very final number.
Current number.
Current number. Okay, so everyone, today we are going to talk summertime fonts, beach edition. So we're going to kind of go through how you can use Adobe Fonts to create a beachy look for anything you're doing summertime wise. And I think this will be useful for social posts. This would be useful to add it to an existing brand. If you're doing a summer sale or something like that, or if you're doing a summer party or a barbecue or anything like that, this would be the kind of stuff you can mess around with and have fun with. So we're going to dive right in.
Let's dive into the refreshing waters of beach fonts. So one question we had was, how do you get inspired and how do you approach finding fonts that are associated with summer and beach? And one of the ways you can do that is just to find pictures of signs and other beachy things. So Ben actually found this picture on Adobe Stock. He was not on Muscle Beach himself, although
I have been there, but I wasn't there.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you spent a lot of time there in your youth.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Just
that was your hangout spot. So he put this photo into Photoshop from Adobe Stock and he warped it so that he could get a really clear image that we can use for visual search. So what he did was he got the word muscle and the top script font that's used, and he screenshotted those for me so that I could do the following. I can now go into the Adobe Fonts website and I can drag in those images. And you don't have to be on the homepage. You can drag them in anywhere. Once you drag in the image, it just automatically scans it. So we're scanning the file. Let's see what happens. It's always exciting. Okay, got my image. It recognized what it says.
Off to a great start.
Yes. And fun tip, you could write whatever you want in this text. So it doesn't have to be exactly, like if you want it to say Ari, if I wanted to say Ari, I could just write Ari. And then in the next step, it's going to show me, other stuff. So I can write my name.
And it found the exact font. I just want to point that out.
Let's just point out that it's exactly the same. Yes, there we go. So it found the exact font, which is Euro style. And then it also found some other similar fonts. I actually like this Tussilago even better.
Me too.
Kind of cool.
And yeah, if you're looking to kind of achieve a style, but you don't want to copy exactly what you're going from, this is a great way to do that because it will show you close matches that aren't the same one as the one it found, which was Euro style for this. And so you'll actually see similar stuff. that you could end up using that wouldn't be, maybe is not as used or is not as, out there in the wild. So way to make it
Yeah.
your own.
And then we also had the text at the top of the sign, which was this script. So I'm going to also scan that in and see what happens. Oh, pocation.
Good one.
Even though it says that, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to show you, like, it still recognizes the font, even though it might not
Get
recognize
every
that
letter correctly.
Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty similar, I have to say.
It's
I would
really
think,
close.
yeah, the font that they used for the sign is probably another version of this. Like this Fenway Park JF is probably based on something else.
A classic sign
They're
or a
all,
classic,
yeah,
something at
they're
Fenway
all
Park,
related.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which baseball and beach? I don't know. Is that connected?
Summer, I think so. Summertime
Summer?
beach. Also, Coney Island has a baseball diamond right on the beach there, so you can go to Coney
Wow.
Island and then go see a game and then go right on the beach.
That's the kind of thing that we think about when we talk about which fonts should we associate with certain moods. You have to think really openly about what activities are done during summer. Like, how do we think about the types of fonts? What activities do we do? What signs do we look at? What are the most famous beaches in the world? Like Venice Beach, where this sign is, or Coney Island, or the Maldives, or, think of all Bondi Beach. There's so many beaches that are iconic. And then what kind of signs and storefronts are there that we associate with them to get us moving into the theme?
Barbara
So
says,
this is a great way.
Barbara said Nathan's Hot Dogs, which is great and is on Coney Island. So just wanted to point that out. That's a Coney Island classic.
Oh, I think I have seen that sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just one way, like using visual search to find similar things to a sign you've seen out there. And then another way to get inspired and find some examples of fonts that would work for a summer beach vibe is to use tags on Adobe Fonts. So usually another, feeling for summer is carefree, fun. We think of school's out for summer. We're doing fun activities.
Going to the park, going jet skiing.
I have HVAC still there from our previous live stream if you want to check it out. So let's say we can put whatever sample text we want. Now we're in the fun tag. I feel like this first one is great. It really embodies a carefree beach time, playful. It could be great for invitation for a birthday party, something like that. Bira, not so much beach time for me, although it's a fun serif, but not fun enough for summer for me. Pie is fun. So this would give you a starting point. What else? What other tags do we think?
If you were going Venice Beach or Coney Island, you could probably try the funky tag because they got a lot of weird, kind of sideshow shops and really fun boutiques and really
and I
stuff.
think wood type really shows up on beaches, like this manicotti. I'm gonna actually take this off of all caps because it's nicer to see. So this top one, not beach time, you guys.
VM74. Nothing against that font. But
it's funky, but not the funky or
not beachy. I feel like Crayonette actually works pretty well. Because it reminds me of Cracker Jacks or something you'd do at a snack you'd take to the
Yeah.
popcorn or something. I don't know.
This Gambado is like bouncy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Off
just,
kilter.
kind of basic in its design, but the off-kilterness is kind of fun. Like you could see an arcade game at the beach with like letters jumping around.
Sean asks if the fonts have keywords or just tags for searching.
We only have tags right now, so you can't search uh, the tag name. Like you can't search fun and have them come up. You have to click on fun. But we have heard this request. It's actually shared by me. I've requested it too. So that's something that we would like to introduce
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah, more granular and detailed search, I think, is something we've definitely talked about. So
Yeah. One other thing is rough fonts, because a lot of times on the beach you will find like
spray painted stencils or hand painted stuff, or
yeah,
things with kind of rough edges. And yeah, you'll see a lot of script or like hand done fonts under rough, and also wood type stuff where it looks like the wood grain is still in there, which is
I like the
good.
scarlet wood. I think it's a really friendly and fun, and it looks like it's on a sign.
Yeah, like if you type hot dogs, I'm wondering what that would look like. Hot digs. Yeah, see, I can see this already. Scarlet wood, that's exactly right. Hot dog sign.
Yeah. That G, the top counter of the G being so big, it looks fun.
Looks top heavy in a good way.
It's funny how like a tiny pixel of difference can make something look fun. Like why do I want to be friends with this G?
And the S too, the S is kind of top heavy also.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a great way to just look through. It's always better to start with a point of inspiration or a feeling you want or a sign that you've seen, because that makes it a lot easier to search through. If it's just like searching through like we're doing right now, you could spend all day. Could be fun for you, but sometimes we need to get stuff done. So I would say start with your project that you want to create, a sign that you may have seen. Go to Adobe Stock. You don't have to be on the beach to find things. And then you can find some great options. So, anything else anyone wants to see before we start a project?
Let us know. I feel like a lot of these would be useful in the context of beach, but they don't say beach on their own. Like, that's one thing I wanted to point out. If you used a lot of these, like this category on the beach, the shaded category, it would fit on a beach. But if you used it out of a beach context, it might not evoke beach the way other fonts do that we're just so familiar with. The look of them, the hand painted kind of thing. You know what I mean? So like this would be appropriate if you owned a store on the beach and then put this up on a sign. But if you just used this font, no one would say, oh, that's a beach font. Oh, that's beachy.
But then other things come into it. Obviously, the
Yeah.
colors and
Context,
assets you use.
Of course.
So I think colors are really important for this. So I can go into Express, where we're going to start a project. I just typed summer for fun, but we can use a template. And this is another great way to start getting inspired. Let's say you want to post something, post a new summer thing on your social media or for your business, or you're creating something that's beach. See, I've already searched these. Beach themed. So what happens when we search summer? We get a lot of great options on Express. And there's, as we can see, there's like shaded fonts, rough fonts that are being used, a lot of handwritten stuff.
Like that summer days one, a little bit up with the
Oh yeah.
leaves. Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, you can already get a sense of some of the fonts here, and then some of them are not beachy necessarily, but you can kind of tell which ones are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you do start to see them showing up, the hand stuff, the rough stuff, the shaded stuff. So
I think this one is cool.
it does have a surfboard on it, and waves, and palm trees, and a picture of the beach.
It's telling me if I want to use it, I should do a new thing. So I'm just going to delete the text that I had because I don't need that text. Ugh. I don't want my current design to be saved. Oh, well, I'll create a new one. It's not like I don't have space
It's in the
to
cloud.
add a new project.
It's in the cloud.
Yes. Okay, it's loading. Okay, summer 2020. I think that was a couple of years ago.
So we could update.
No problem,
Yeah,
though. We can update the font because I'm not really feeling this font. But let's change to 22 for now so that we feel like it's currently happening. And I'll just change it to this for now while we look at the rest of the assets. So the other thing we can do with these templates is completely change all the assets, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But we were thinking when we were talking with Ben before, like one of the cool themes like from the 80s was the synthwave theme.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to change the colors to be a little more like synthwavy and then see if we can find summery synthwavy fonts. But how do we do this? So first of all, we would change the background, and I wanted to find like a gradient background. So if I just search gradient on photos, I get a lot of options.
And I'd
Maybe
say
too many options.
see,
This one?
do gradient and then type fuchsia and see what happens.
Oh God, you're giving me like the hardest word to spell.
Hey, you nailed it.
Oh, this one.
That could work, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just add a new layer. Oh no, I just duplicated the palm trees. Never mind. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I duplicated. Okay, I added a new page. This is a new feature, which is why I forgot what it is. You can add multiple pages to your Express projects. So this is a really cool feature, but we don't need to do that right now. But let's click this again. What happens if I add this? It'll create a new layer anyway. Perfect. So I'm just going to, I don't really want the purple part. I just want the
kind of pinkish fuchsia orange part.
Pinkish. That's what it's called. But it's not square. I'm sure, you know, I could pin this, blah, blah, blah. But you know what happens when you're
live.
Let's see. And then I'm going to remove the background from the palm trees. And that's, you know, one of those features that is so useful of just taking an image, removing the background. And we can be a little more detailed with removing some of the blue parts, but for now, I think we're good. So there we go. Now it's a little more synth-wavy. And then what can we do? We can first go to, I feel like funky. So in the Express font menu, you can access those tags. Let me just show you again. It's under more fonts. I hope it's showing up.
Sean says, can you shorten your web browser slightly so we can see the whole thing?
Yes. Oh no, now I did the wrong thing. Oh, actually, maybe that does work.
That definitely improved. We see more. Good, that worked. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
you can see when I was talking about adding a new page to the project, I don't think you could see that because it was at the bottom, but you can see the more fonts part. So more fonts down here at the bottom of the font menu. And then you can look through all the tags. So I just clicked funky. Maybe we can find something that would go with this color scheme and take it from being like boho beach to something else.
Yeah.
So let's see, there's a lot of options here. You could do something that's like wood type-ish, but also
That kind of works.
kind of modern. Yeah, I think it kind of works.
That looks like a show I might want to go to.
Like a music show?
Yeah, like a beach festival.
Yes. Oh, I think we should change what it says. Not 29, 22. It's way in the future. And then I'm going to move it to the top layer so that it is above the palm trees. But it's not letting me. Okay, I think it's above. No. I guess I can use the layer order button instead of trying to drag it. There's an actual button there. Thank you, Express.
Thank you,
Okay.
Express.
I'm going to follow the instructions. Okay, just want to make it a little bigger. And then maybe we could move these down a little bit. Oh, we have two. How fun is that?
So we have two because the waves in the background go behind and then in front and then behind and then in front. You see?
Whoever made this template is very smart.
Yes. They went all out on this one.
They went all out. Okay, let's, in the interest of time, not tweak the palm trees too much. Okay, so that's one option. I feel like, yes, we would definitely go to this music festival. Oh my Lord. I'm trying to zoom out. Okay. And then what other options can we find? You know, another thing that we've also shown in the live stream before is the font recommendations here at the bottom. So this is a great resource to just see what Express is suggesting to you. It might not fall into the same, you know, realm that we were looking, but it brings up some kind of random suggestions that could derail you and actually help you find the perfect thing.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me before. It's like, I never thought of using this, but it actually works great. Or, oh, maybe I should see something similar to one of these because I
like
really
where it's
like
headed.
this.
Yeah. So then you click the
So
wavy
this
gradient.
one is kind of like Muscle Beach. Yes, the wavy gravy icon. As we've said, that's the technical name. So we click on that icon, and then it shows us similar fonts to that specific suggestion that we saw. And then we can just browse those as well. So all of these are so similar that I can't even deal. So the last one though is kind of cool and funky.
I like it.
Not really beach fest for me, but I think it's a kind of cool font. So I want to see what it is so that I know. Boucherie. Ah, Boucherie Flared. I like that one. That's by Laura Worthington.
Very
And her
nice.
fonts are very, she does a lot of script fonts, a lot of display stuff.
Very expressive. Good stuff.
Expressive and express. And then I'm just going to look at the friendly tag to see if there's anything that calls out to us.
Ooh, try ice cream.
Ice cream. Oh,
It probably
whoa.
is supposed to not be all caps,
Yeah, let's see what it looks
but I
like.
kind of like the...
I like that one.
It is
It
fun.
definitely looks like ice cream.
It does. I'm getting hungry, all this talk of hot dogs and ice cream.
I know.
That's a common theme on this stream. We end up talking about food items and food related fonts and all that good stuff.
Ice cream. So let's say there was like an ice cream event. And it said, oh, and this, let's say
Ooh, let's look for an ice cream
we
picture.
got rid of it. Yes. I'm actually going to look for a design asset to see if there's something that's not a picture.
Ooh.
Kind of cool. Something like that.
Can you flip it horizontally? So
Why?
that it's kind of coming into this, coming
Oh,
in from
but
out.
then the ice cream's going to be sideways.
Oh. Oh, so no, I mean flip it, sorry, vertically. Flip it this way so that it's the same orientation, but it's just flipped. Basically mirrored.
Just reflect it.
Yeah, reflected. Mirrored, yeah. I don't even know.
I think I have to ungroup it. It's too much right now,
Okay,
Ben.
too much. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on the ice cream.
Ben, I can't do it right now. So then maybe we would move the surfboard a little bit over
Lean
here.
it on those waves.
Lean it. We would figure that out. But let's say it was like some kind of ice cream event. This is the fonts show, so I don't want to get too into where the ice cream is. But I would add more text and I would put it underneath where it says ice cream, and I would find another font and I would say ice cream event 2022. Would not look like this. Don't worry. My screen is like crazy right now. Don't worry. We're going to make this be another line, and we're going to find another font. So I was thinking we could find, this might be crazy, but I'm going to look at some of the Western kind of wood type looking stuff.
Yeah.
This one's called Corn Dog.
Love it. Frickin' love it.
How can you not love it? It's a corn dog.
I'm already into it. Slight tangent, but I have a favorite corn dog that I've ever had in my life, and it happens to be at Disneyland. When you're getting into Disneyland and you walk down Main Street and you get to the open area where you see the castle and you see it branches off into all the different worlds. If you look to the right, you'll see an old Ford truck that's like from the 20s or 30s. And it's like a little truck van, and they're serving corn dogs out of that van. And those are the best corn dogs I've ever had in my life. So if you're
Wow.
ever at Disneyland and you are a fan of corn dogs, go there. You will not regret it. I've sent probably 10 people to that corn dog truck, and I've got a 10 for 10 best corn dog I've ever had. So they might have just been
I
being
think the
nice, but
corn dog standards are quite low as well.
agreed. But this one is like worth a trip to Disneyland kind of level
Wow.
corn dog, in my opinion. Really crunchy on the outside, really, really good cornbread. Not too much on the inside, soft on the
Yeah.
inside, fluffy. And there are little parts of it where the cornbread doesn't cover the dog, and the dog gets a little crispy from the fryer. It's so good.
Oh, it doesn't cover the
But
dog.
just like at the very end near the stick, it like kind of breaks open, and then some of the oil gets in there and makes the dog crunchy. Very delicious.
That's hilarious, but it's the best corn dog.
The best.
There's so many places to get them. I think this is looking amazing. I want to find another ice cream cone picture. So I'm doing this. Then I'm going to remove the background. Remove background. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Then I'm going to take this one and delete it. I don't like it as much. Then I'm going to put this and make it bigger. Woo! Ice cream.
Oh, that looks fun.
Then I'm going to move palm trees. I have to move 2 of them.
Unbelievable.
Actually, it doesn't matter if they match up because there could be a bunch of palm trees there. This, I think I made it too big. There, something like this, I feel is working.
That's working for me.
This, I have to use the button. I need to remember that so that I'm not trying to drag things around. Yeah. So something like that, there's a lot going on. Maybe we didn't need the synthwave background anymore because it's a little too much.
No, but you start there and then you see where it takes you, and sometimes you go in a totally different direction. That's okay.
Yeah, and usually people have something they actually have to create and they're not just making things up. So in this case, it was fun. We made something up. So another thing that you could do in Express if you are looking to create like a summer thing is you might have a branded project. For example, I have an earring brand, and this is an Instagram account I have, and I post things on there. And I might need to refresh my posts a little bit for summer because I want to have a summer sale or something. So this is the brand font I use for my earring brand. It's called Manofa. And this is my logo. And this is a story I posted. But let's say these earrings are going on sale for summer. I'm actually going to change this to say summer sale.
Summer sale, 25% off or something.
Maybe you should be my pricing person because I don't know how much percent off to do.
I'm not that good at pricing things. But 25% off just seems like something I would see.
Yeah, it seems like one of those numbers.
Just one of those.
Okay. So I do want to keep some of the brand identity. So I think I'm going to change, maybe I'll duplicate this text and I'll put some text at the bottom that's still in this font Manofa. Maybe a little bit smaller. And maybe not have so much letter spacing. See, 72 would be good. And then I'll write something else here in that original branded font. Check it out on Etsy. So I'm still keeping some of my brand identity, but for the summer sale heading on this Instagram story, I want to add a little bit of beachy summer vibes. So I'm thinking maybe a handwritten, maybe brush pen script. I do not want it to be uppercase.
Not for a script. Yeah. Generally,
No.
if you're using a script or anything with cursive, you'll want to not do uppercase because usually it just looks like you messed up, even though you didn't.
Yes, because the uppercase characters, the caps in a script font are usually quite decorative and they're not meant to follow each other. You know, the S has all these loops and then the U has another loop and they're meant to be at the beginning of a word and that's it.
Meant to flow together, yeah.
And a lot of script fonts have a companion all caps font that goes with them. I think there's a font called Lemongrass. I think Lemongrass has an uppercase companion. There's a lot of them in our library that do that because they know that it's not easy. Sometimes you do want an uppercase. Let's see. I'm not feeling inspired yet. I need inspiration to strike. Please, font gods, strike me with inspiration.
I feel something is going to happen.
What about this?
We'll make it a little larger, maybe.
And another thing that we do not do with script. Does anyone notice what's wrong with this right now? Anyone?
Bueller? Anyone?
This is tracked, and therefore the connections aren't connecting.
Yeah, so we want to decrease the letter spacing whenever you're using the script font.
I'm just going to make everything a little bigger. Yeah, so do not have tracked out, letter spaced script fonts. That's not what they're meant to do. The designer of this font took care to make sure that each connection is hitting the next letter at the exact spot. So if you're tracking it out, it just doesn't look good. And we see it happening all the time. It's very common.
Barbara said, letting?
Letting needs to also be very much decreased. Thank you, Barbara.
Yes, in this case,
and that's called line spacing in Express. So letting, tracking are a little more professional terms that we use.
But you can also look for line spacing and letter spacing.
Yes. So the line spacing, I don't need that much spacing. I think a lot of people are spacing too much these days. Does anyone else hear me?
I hear you. Also, I just had a thought that if I was going to tweak this a little more, I would probably make one big S and then have it say ale, and the S would be for both lines.
Whoa, ale?
Ale. So that it would say summer sale with one big S. I think that could be cool.
We could try that. Let's do ale. I like Cortado, this font that I'm using now.
That looks very fun and professional too. It looks summery,
it's like
but it has a
carefree, but very readable. Not too funky, but it has that carefree look that we want when we're talking about summer.
Sean says I can do that with the magic button.
Oh, the magic button. Does he mean this
magic text
thing? Yeah. Should we try it? I'm just going to do this for now, and then we can try it.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's do that, and then we'll see. But that's good to know. I haven't messed around with magic text as much as I'd like.
Yes, I have. It's fun.
Although I do
Okay.
find usually it gets me about 90% there, and then I want to tweak.
Let's see. We definitely need this to be about 300.
Maybe even 500.
I just can't unsee summer ale
Yeah,
after you said that.
I think.
I think each text box needs to be a different text box because we need to move the ale
Yep.
over.
Yeah.
This is not working right now, but maybe we could make it work if we had more time.
I think we could make it
Now
work
I'm
if we had
going
more
to
time.
do summer sale,
Let's see what
and
magic.
I'm going to try, what is magic text going to tell me to do? Okay, all caps. What else is it going to do? Okay. Oh, it is doing that. What if we did this? It doesn't do anything. So we would need one text box to say summer. And then we would need a text box to say Ale.
Ale. Ale.
And it keeps using Manofa because that's my
The brand
font.
font.
But it's okay. We know that we like cortado.
Yeah, so I
And then
think
this is
rather than in this case using the magic text, it would be fun to move that around wherever we want it. You know.
yes. Yes, we would need to tweak this. I'm not.
But it's promising, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it's promising.
It's promising. I'm going to. How do I get rid of it now?
Swami says let's remove all the
I just do
letters
that.
and see what happens. But we're working with fonts, so that makes it a little tricky to work with fonts if we remove all the letters.
Okay. Anyway, we're just going to duplicate this. And you know what? What if this says, I think this is going to look good.
Lowercase.
God, I keep forgetting if I have caps lock on or not. And then I press it again. So I'm actually going to do this in Manofa again. Everything I'm typing while things are loading, so it's like
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I know what I did and it doesn't show up on the stream yet. So I'm looking for Manofa again. So then I can make sale just be in Manofa, so summer kind of stands out. If I look at my brand, oh, it just shows me my logo. There's a place where it shows you your brand font so that I could, oh, here it is. Duh. Okay. There we go. So that way we're kind of, summer stands out. And then we can delete these little star things and make this image a little bit smaller. And then I wanted to add some design assets. Does anyone have some summer graphics? What can we search for? I'm going to search for palm tree.
Oh, good one. Sun. We could do waves. We could do, I like the palm tree. That's looking pretty good.
Yeah, palm tree, sun. Whoa, look at all the suns. I love this one.
Oh, that's very cute.
And
That
then I
feels
can
very
do,
similar to your brand,
yes,
I
it
think.
does. It does indeed. And then I made it into one of my brand colors.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to put it here. Actually, I like that better than the palm tree. Maybe I can put it. So I would figure out where to put it. I would do that. Maybe move it down a peg. Take it down a peg.
Take it down a peg.
Maybe make it, it could actually be like huge
And then just come in and
and
part of
be
that.
like behind everything. Yeah, so we could figure that out, but it definitely adds a different element to the whole thing. And that's something you can do, you know, once we changed the font and added something a little more scripty, carefree. It gave it that vibe, and we're still in that boho brand vibe that we have
Indeed.
already.
Cody says we have to make Ale the new small batch ale brand. So,
Yes.
craft brewery, here we come.
Look, Cody, I'm going to do this for you. This is going to turn into the Ale.
Oh, and just heads up, Ari, we have about 3 minutes left on the stream.
I know, and I didn't do everything we wanted to do.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
I think we saw some cool stuff.
We did.
Ale. There we go.
Ale. Guess what? This is going away. No more about earrings. This is moving on up.
And you can buy this beer on Etsy, which is odd, but you know, it is craft, so it is handmade.
It is craft.
It's a handcrafted brew. So
handcrafted. I'm deleting my logo because I don't make ale. We're making this bigger. Yeah, there we go. Ale. If you didn't know, Etsy now makes beer.
And this is proof. So no disputing this. You can't dispute it. It's right there. I don't know what to tell you.
It's the perfect summer beer or perfect beer.
Indeed. All right. Well, it was fantastic. Everyone, if you enjoyed that, you should definitely go check us out on behance.net/Adobe Fonts. All of our previous episodes for the Adobe Fonts show are listed there, and whenever we have a new one coming out, it'll be listed there before it goes live, so you'll always have links and be able to find your way around and all that good stuff.
Indeed.
Yes. And if you have any parting questions, let us know. And also, if you have any feedback for the Adobe Fonts team, go to adobefonts.uservoice.com and leave your feature requests, your ideas, thoughts about how the font service can be better suited to your needs, or if there are things that you find confusing or awesome, you can leave it there, and our product team is going to check that and make sure to incorporate that feedback into our future product planning. So
yes,
definitely check that out.
We definitely look at it all the time. Everything that's written on there, we see.
Yes,
so
we will see everything that's on there. So again, check us out on Behance. Check out User Voice. If you have any final questions, let us know. Oh, Theodore says, just got back from Cape Cod. This was great. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Theodore. I just got back.
I hope we still gave you the beach feeling.
Yes. I just got back from the Rockaway, which is why we did it beach themed. So awesome. Well, Ari, great job. Yeah. Good to see you. And everybody, we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.